Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Ray Syndicate, and today we are going to be staying on the same topic of controversial topics. Now, however, I will be changing a bit, not too much. I'll just change from scripted to unscripted. So, up till now, I have been making scripted videos. I have written a script, I have talked on it, and yeah, that's about it. But now I want to go more unscripted, and I want to try more of discussion, and I also would like to know your opinions. It's going to be a two-way process, hopefully. So now, what today's topic is going to be about being gender neutral. So now all of you must have obviously heard about there being more than two genders, which is quite what do you call it? Shocking, quite surprising, and yeah, I mean, biologically we know that there are only two genders in humans, male and female. But now, what these supposedly woke people, quote unquote, have come up with is very much different kinds of genders. Like now, there are pansexual people, demigirls, demiboys. I've just heard of them. I have no interest in knowing what they are, and I don't care. But there are some instances where these gender neutral people just go way too far, and they're just really annoying. So I would like to look at some videos, and I would like to show you a couple of videos as well, where these gender neutral people try to force their way into society, and thinking that if people accept these gender neutral people, they say they're more progressive. Now I will give my thoughts on this during the concluding part of this video, but for now, let's watch the video, shall we?
Well, America has experienced a rapid, in fact, a massive inflation in genders. At one point, biologists were allowed to determine what biology was, and there were two, male and female. Now there's agender, bigender, two-spirit, hydra. We could go on forever, literally forever, because the current orthodoxy is that there are infinite genders, but not everyone agrees. Some people believe in science at their peril, it turns out. Lake Engel is one of them. He's a student at Indiana University of Pennsylvania. In a religion class, a class about Christianity, he stated his belief that there are two genders because, again, that's biology.
Yeah, that is basically biology. Obviously, we have been taught since childhood that there are two genders, male and female. I mean, there is suppose this boy. Okay, so this boy, he feels like he wants to put makeup. He wants to dress like a girl, and he feels that he wants to be more of a female. Now, obviously, unless he does like a gender replacement surgery or something like that, I'm still going to know him as a boy. I am not going to know him as something like transgender or pangender or whatever this reporter was talking about, because there are so many genders right now. It is really mind boggling and confusing, and seriously a waste of time.
And for that, he was told he had to apologize in front of the class, stand silently while they critiqued him, re-education camp stuff. Lake Engel joins us tonight. Lake, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me, Tucker.
So I don't know if I was mischaracterizing that. You had this professor called Allison Downey who was so threatened because you disagreed with her that she tried to get you to sign some form apologizing for your unorthodox, non-allowed thoughts. And then what happened?
Wait, what? They So it's because he was not agreeing with being more than two genders, which he obviously is, right? They made him sign a form and apologize. Oh man, humanity is really coming to a close. We're going to see the apocalypse real soon. I mean, it is so dumb. It is so dumb. Now, the hypocrisy of people are that they want freedom of speech and they want multiple genders. Okay. Now see, this is the part where it is confusing. People are being told that they want freedom of speech, and now the student, he has openly told his teacher that there are only two genders. So that is his opinion, right? But however, the teacher did not accept his opinion and made him apologize for something he said, which is absolutely right.
Right, yeah, she asked that I would sign a document complying with her asking me to apologize to the class as well as giving her a written apology. She asked that I would stand in front of the class in silence as I apologized, and then they would give any comments on my outbursts.
Did she say what specifically she was so offended by?
She didn't like the fact that I disagreed with the subject being pushed in class being more than one gender, male privilege, systemic sexism, and mansplaining.
Wait, how is she correlating transgenders and gender neutrals with mansplaining? How is that any way related to patriarchy? I mean, really, I mean, from the sound of it, from whatever this guy is saying, I don't know whether he's right or wrong. So apparently, the teacher to me just sounds like a deluded SJW or just a pseudo feminist who just wants to use the word mansplaining literally anytime she gets the chance.
Is mansplaining a measurable thing? I mean, is it a like species of social science studying mansplaining? What is mansplaining anyway? Do you know? Did you learn?
I'm not sure. I think it's anytime a man speaks, really.
So for those of you guys who don't know what mansplaining is, it is basically whenever a man is trying to explain something to a woman, which may or may not be right. Now it has become such a derogatory term, mansplaining, that literally pseudo feminists use it just anywhere, just to just to think that yeah, they are mansplaining, they are showing their supremacy, male supremacy over us. I mean that's just dumb. That's just dumb. Let's move on.
What did you say about gender that made her so mad, specifically?
Well, I first referenced entities like The Economist who have debunked the myth of the 77 cents on the dollar wage gap. And I also stated that biologists don't agree that there are more than two genders. They don't believe that there are 72 genders or more across the board. Most of them disagree.
Basically, because the biologists are right, there are only two genders. I mean, 72 genders, seriously? Even animals don't have those many genders. I mean, you see a transgender parrot, or do you see a transgender lion, or a pangender, what do you call it, a deer? I mean, to me, these are just mental disorders. These are just like, oh, I feel like becoming a girl today. I feel like becoming a pangender today. I feel like becoming a demigirl. It's that bad.
So by citing the long-standing view of biologists, the hard scientists, Allison Downey, who supposedly, you say she's a professor, tried to get you to stand in front of the class and take abuse. Did you do that?
No, I didn't. I was supposed to, but she really didn't give me a chance. I was given 10 days to comply. But the day after she asked this of me, she decided to push it on through to the university's provost office to then hold a hearing which would decide whether or not it could be allowed in class, period.
I mean, this is just so stupid. So just because that guy was not agreeing on two genders, she expels him, she suspends him for 2 days, and also she makes him write an apology just because whatever he's saying is actually the truth, and what it's his opinion. I mean, I know I'm repeating myself, but I mean, America is so fucked right now, especially during the COVID pandemic. I'm sorry, those of you who like America, who are watching me, or even are Americans for that matter. I'm really sorry, but your country is literally in shambles right now. I can't say much more than that. Your country is in shambles. I mean, first of all, it is with those Karens and those Kens, whatever they are. They are such bad people. And then comes the Black Lives Matter protests that had happened in 2020. I mean, I can just go on. I don't want to go on. But yeah, bottom line is USA, you're in shambles right now. I'm sorry to say that.
Why do you go to this school? Or why does anybody go to this school or any other school? I mean, what are you getting out of this exactly?
Well, I initially went for athletics my freshman year, but that's a long gone dream now. I'm pretty much just stuck here.
Man, I wish I could hire you. I would encourage you and anyone else who has any experience like this to drop out and join the workforce. It's not worth it. This is a joke. It's a bubble, and we're all going to realize that in 10 years. Like, you're a brave man for coming on. I appreciate it. Thank you.
I mean, technically, I'd help him as well, man. I mean, he looks like a smart guy. He looks like a good guy. And he looks like a reasonable guy as well. Even the reporter was saying, I wish I could hire you and all. Man, even he feels bad for that guy. But yeah, I mean, that is the situation now. It's basically just white girls on Twitter who are like, oh, we there are more than two genders. If you say that there are only two genders, you are not progressive, you are not advanced, you have a primitive mentality. I mean, that is right only in the case of homophobia. See, I understand homophobia, that people don't believe that people there is homosexuality exists. That I understand. I mean, people should be more realizing that there are gay people, there are lesbians. But in the case of gender, it's a completely different thing. People might think that, oh, genders and sexuality is the same thing. No, it is not the same thing. Being gender neutral is a way more different thing than being gay. You can see I mean, it is natural. Being gay is natural. Being a transgender is not natural. It's a choice. Doesn't mean it becomes a gender. It's your choice. Doesn't mean it's a gender. You're a pangender. You want to be a demigod. You're a demigirl, demiboy, whatever you want to be. It's your choice. It's not it's not going to be a gender. So I will say, oh, I want to become a water tanker. What? So I'll just make a new gender then, water tanker. Or let me be a Boeing 737. I choose myself to be Boeing 737. Or I choose myself to be a banyan tree. I mean, it does not work like that. At the end of the day, there are just two genders, and all the other genders are just mental disorders. Yep, I am saying that. The rest of the 70 genders, I guess, 72 genders, they are mental disorders. Deal with it. So, yeah, that's it for today, guys. So, I hope you liked the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do, please like it, dislike it, whatever you want to do. And if you enjoyed this content, you can subscribe to me as well. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Take care, stay safe, stay healthy.